Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you my PayPal, and once I get the notification, I will add your name to the list, and then when it's your turn, I will call your name, and that's when you can put your question in the chat. So the list is pretty open. We have one person on the list, and it's Jeannie. If I said that start typing up your question while I let everyone know some awesome stuff that's going on. So this week we actually have a new moon coming up on the 18th that we will be celebrating in our global community. And to get access to this free event, all you have to do is just create an account in the Mighty Networks, which is the global community, and go searching for the events. You don't have to actually search for them. There's it's kind of easy to find. You just go click on events tab, and then you will get access to the event. You can RSVP to it. You can add it to your calendar. It's really awesome, and we have such a fun time every time we have a new and a full moon. So that's exciting. I'm also going to be doing a few more broadcasts throughout the week, going over the astrology of the new moon and the human design chart of the new moon. So make sure that you check those out. And as always, please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. And also make sure you download my free moon astrology guide, which will tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. It enters you into my email list, and I send out a weekly moon magic report letting you know the astrology, the horoscope for the week, as well as any events that are coming up, and where you can access those events. So yeah, that's the exciting stuff that's coming up. I'm excited to be here. So like I said, the list is wide open, and I'll be here for a few minutes, and it really just depends on how many people get on the list, how long I stay here, and to do mini readings. But that is our plan. Hello, Dawn. Welcome in. to see you guys. Hello, Tim. Welcome in. So, yeah, do we know, Jeanette, if Jeannie is here to put up her question? That's actually exciting that it's her first astrology reading. I also noticed that my Wi-Fi is kind of acting up a little, so it'll probably have good audio, but not the best video. Oh, do you have a lot of static? Interesting. Let me see if what do you mean by static? Noise-wise? Oh, I see. Okay, I'm gonna unplug and plug the mic back in. All right, let's see if that is any better. Let me know. Usually that's like mic connection issues, but hopefully it's fixed. Like old time static. So yeah, is Jeannie here? Because you are the first one on our list. And we're just waiting for your question. It looks like it was fixed. Okay, cool. I like your hair down. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet, Jill. Thank you for saying that. Yes. So the list is wide open. We just have one person on it. All right, here we go. We're going to do an astrology reading for Jenny. So it shouldn't have any more static. The static being better means there's still static, but I think there's no more. Okay, so let us pull up the chart. And so what does Jenny want to know about her astrology? What kind of astrology are we looking at? Okay, her marriage and career. Okay, sounds good. I'm going to be sharing the screen in a second. If it lets me. All right, hang on. And yeah, these mini readings are like super casual and we just get through them and that's it. Okay, what are we looking at? We're looking at this. And almost there. Okay, perfect. And what I love about doing these mini readings too is that everybody gets an opportunity to learn. So you can come and watch and hang out and we all learn together. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm going to enter in the information. We've got 9:23:80. 10:23 a.m. And this is in Massachusetts. Okay. So I'm also going to take a picture and go to photos so we can actually look at the picture and you guys can see what I'm actually doing as I go through it. All right, here we go. So it's been like a month. I just checked. It was a month the last time I did mini readings. I know it's crazy. Well, so much, went down. So much has happened. Okay, so here we are. So we want to look at career and marriage, and to look at those two things, there's a few things that we can definitely focus on. The first one is the 7th house, which is the house of relationships. It is basically the house of marriage. And then the other house that you want to look at is the 10th house, which is the house of career, life path, mission, purpose. So you have Libra sun with Pisces moon and Scorpio rising. You also have Mars in Scorpio, which is actually a really strong energy. You have North Node in Leo and South Node in Aquarius. And you have the Venus conjunct the North Node. That's actually significant for what's happening right now, currently, in the transits. So the first thing that I notice right away when I look at your 7th house is the fact that you have Chiron right here. The Chiron is known as the wounded healer, and he is basically where we have our biggest wounding, our biggest insecurities. And in a sense, we are working to heal this insecurity throughout our lives. But wherever Chiron is in our chart will give us a lot of information about what's the theme of that, healing journey. And for you, it's Chiron and Taurus. So what is the insecurity of the sign of Taurus or the energy of Taurus? It's basically low self-esteem. That's the biggest insight that we can get from Chiron and Taurus, because Taurus is in a high frequency gift energy. It is it's a confident in a way. It's kind of stubborn when it gets into this confident space, which is also another kind of, it could be another shadow that's expressed through Chiron and Taurus. Taurus is also about being grounded, and so it's being insecure, like self-insecure, it does take away a lot of that feeling of groundedness. The other thing that Taurus represents is money. And so anything that has to do with money and relationships is a thing. It's an issue that you're here to learn how to solve and evolve from. It's like the fear of maybe not having money. It could be lack mentality, also things that you can struggle with throughout your life. And because Chiron is in the 7th house, it says that all of these issues are probably things that begin to show up for you in relationships. And not just any relationships, but we're talking here the relationships that are basically partnerships, intimate relationships, romance, marriage, even business partnerships. So this is the insight that we get from Chiron in Taurus in the 7th house in terms of relationships. So you have to know that the only way to heal this insecurity is to be in relationship and to learn and to grow from the relationship, from what the relationship actually teaches you. And so relationships will most likely take you outside of your comfort zone, and they are all opportunities for pure and like really powerful healing for you personally in your life. And so anytime we have Taurus energy in the transits, like Taurus season, any planet moving through the sign of Taurus, they're going to be hitting your Chiron. They're going to activate this frequency. And so you can think of whenever there's a lot of Taurus. So right now we have Jupiter in Taurus. And so this whole year, Jupiter is going to bring a big it's going to highlight, it's going to magnify everything that I just said about Chiron and your natal wound or core wound, you could call it, in astrology. So this is actually something that this year is going to be a big deal that you're going to be working through, is healing this deep-seated wound and insecurity that has to do with maybe feeling like you're not good enough, not grounded, can't make money, all that stuff, lack mentality, all of that. And this is also something that is a lifetime thing. Like, we are going to be dealing with this Chiron, whatever sign and whatever house it is in our chart, for our whole lives. So it's normal to know. It's good to know and understand that. It's good to know and understand that. It's a theme that it will continue to like evolve throughout your life. She says she's stressed out in her marriage and her nanny job. Hello, Tonya. Welcome in. So long I've been able to get on here with you all. Oh, well, good to see you. So it could be stemming from this issue and the relationship. Obviously, all relationships for you, like I mentioned, are opportunities for growth and evolution. So if you take it with that if you come at the relationship with that, it gives you the most opportunity to learn and to grow. So this year, know that that's going to be a big theme for you because Jupiter is transiting in the sign of Taurus. And we have the North Node in Taurus. It's about to change signs, but you've been feeling also drawn to this powerful healing through your relationships for the last 18 months or so. So in terms of career and life path, at the 10th house, you have Leo. And the 10th house is, it gives you information as to what are the ways that you can show up for the world and how you can step into leadership in your life. Thank you for that donation, Tonya. So how you can step, you have to send it through PayPal. The donation, it's $25 to my PayPal account, and the link is in the description. So basically this Leo energy in your 10th house of career tells you that you're kind of here to really be in the limelight. You're here to be seen because that's what Leo wants. Leo wants to be seen. Leo wants to be open and, valued. And so that it's almost like natural born leadership is a quality that you definitely possess. Obviously in life, you might have to grow into that. Obviously, we're all growing into our full potential, but that's basically like what that says about you is that you are a natural leader. You just have to really learn to step fully into your that leadership self. And obviously that comes with experience. But you also have your North Node in Leo and Venus conjunct Leo, which means that there's a lot of relationships for you are a part of your karmic growth. But the more that you focus on the very like loyal aspect of the relationship, like are people loyal or not? That's something that Leo asks. Also, if you relationships will take you outside of your comfort zone because the North Node is outside of your comfort zone. That's what it does naturally. And we tend to be afraid of going outside the comfort zone. And going outside the comfort zone for you is about shining bright, being a very bright light in the world that people will see and people will love. And so when you step into the limelight, it's almost like theater, right? It's almost like an actor or an actress, like you are in the spotlight, and that's what you came here to do. And you came here to be almost like a king and queen like energy, which means people will follow you. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, you're going to be famous or anything like that, but people will definitely feel drawn to you naturally because you are growing and stepping into these powerful leadership qualities. And so relationships are a big deal because Venus is right there with the North Node. And so this will tell you that as you step into your destiny, which is to shine bright, to be a bright light, to be a leader in the world, and to be creative and show your creativity and all of that, and all of your passion, for the world. Like as you share your passion with the world, that's how you step into your purpose. So the more that you do that, the more that you will feel that fulfillment of living in your destiny. But because North Node is outside the comfort zone and Venus is right there with it, that you will feel like relationships are a big part of you going through that healing process. Because remember that Chiron is in Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by the sign of Venus, which means that Chiron and Venus right now are kind of interacting. They interact with each other in your own natal chart. And but relationships are a big deal. So like it's very important for you to pay attention to what goes on in your relationships, and know that they are big parts of your evolution and growth and stepping into your destiny. And the other thing I want to say about this is that North Node in Leo, Venus in Leo, and Leo in the midheaven at the cusp of the 10th house is a theme that's going to be very, very powerfully highlighted right now, because Venus is in Leo herself. And Venus is going to go through this transit of Leo, and she's going to go retrograde, and she's going to conjunct the sun and make a Venus start point in the sign of Leo. And then she will go direct again, and it's going to be a long transit. So for the next few months, we're in this healing journey with Venus, where she goes symbolically, she goes into the underworld and learns everything that she needs to learn, and sees the truth, sees the reality, faces her fears, transmutes her shadows, sees her shadows, and begins to transmute her shadows into gifts, conjuncts the sun, and then begins to show up again in the sky as the morning star. And she's finally visible again after that whole transit is over. So you're going to be feeling both relationships, and you're stepping into your destiny is a big theme that will be going on for this whole year and the next few months. So it doesn't surprise me that you are going through relationship issues. So you just have to change your perspective to, what is this relationship teaching me? What am I learning from this relationship? Am I in the right energy frequency within relationship? Is this the right relationship for me? Those are all questions that you have to ask, because if you know intuitively that something doesn't feel right about a specific relationship, and you don't set any kind of healthy boundaries for yourself, then you will have a very challenging time. But if you don't listen to that intuition, that deep gut intuition it's like, you know what's the truth. But if you ignore the truth or avoid it, then it'll never change. So healing in relationship is all about seeing the truth and not being afraid of the truth, or seeing the truth even though you might be afraid of it. And also communicating. Like, we have to learn to communicate clearly in our relationships, and know that we are the only ones that can actually make the change happen, like manifest the change, put the change into order. The transits will affect us, and we'll see themes being highlighted and magnified in our lives. But the true work happens internally within you, and relationships are a reflection of you. So whatever you're seeing on the outside is what's going on the inside. And that's a huge thing to contemplate and to understand, because the healing really has to happen within for it to actually happen from without. So there you go. Hopefully that resonated for you. And thank you again for getting on the list for mini readings today. And I think that Tonya got on the list as well. I'm just going to double check the PayPal real quick. Thank you, Dawn, for putting that up on the screen. Yeah, if you want to get on the list for mini readings, you can send $25 to my PayPal. The link is in the description of this video. And then when it's your turn, I will call your name and you can ask your question in the chat. So Tonya is next. So go ahead and put up your question. We are ready. Okay. So here we go. Thank you. I have been having relationships fall off in life and need guidance in love and career going forward. Okay. So what we can look at is either your astrology, or I can pull tarot and oracle cards for you for this reading. It's really up to you. You just tell me what draws you in and where do you want to get the insight from, and we will go from there. And thanks again for getting on the list. Okay, so let's do some cards. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, teachers, for being with us here today, holding space. I would like to ask that you clear the energy of these cards as well as my energy, so I can be the open channel of wisdom, grace, and intuition to flow through to everyone that is getting a tarot oracle reading today, but also any astrology and human design or gene keys readings as well. All right, here we go. Well, come join us in the Mighty community. We have a lot going on over there. The Mighty community, the global community, is where I house all of my courses, where we have like free content and events. It is a great way to stay connected and stay involved in our community. It's a really beautiful space. All right, so what insight does Tonya need in regards to love and career going forward? What's the challenge? Okay. And overall theme. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. If you can hear me okay, we're good. Yes, Mighty Networks has an app too that you can download on the phone or the iPad or devices, and then you can interact through there, which makes it like super convenient. All right, so we got overall theme, wisdom from the ancestors, and we are going to, well, let me actually, hold on a second, because I really feel like these three came out together. So we're going to keep them together, and then we're going to pull another card for wisdom from the ancestors. Oh, okay, cool. What's the wisdom from the ancestors for Tonya regarding love and career? And we're going to pull an animal spirit that is guiding you on this journey. All right, there it is. Okay, here we go. So the very first card that we got is reversed, and it is the Queen of Wands. I'll show it to you upright so you can kind of get a glimpse of the picture and the image. It's a really beautiful image with a white, well, there's a white tiger. There's two white tigers in the picture, and then there's also like a puma. So there's a lot of tiger energy, and to me that's very divine feminine frequency, but it also has to do with the energy of the moon for some reason. But this card reversed is about being introverted, could feel this introversion, right? Very like closing in and going within. It could also be a judgmental frequency. So might be in a place that's very critical and judgmental. And then the other theme is stoic. So not a lot of kind of expression. When you have the Queen of Wands in upright, it has to do with confidence. It has to do with feeling this sort of sense of independence, and also this ability to like connect with other people and feel social, and also feel very inspired, because the wands are the fire element. And so right now it's possible that you're not feeling very inspired by relationships, because that's, or through career, right? It could be either or. Feeling just more like internal, more like hermit mode, and then maybe being really critical of yourself or really critical of others, or judgmental of yourself or others. Therefore, it's causing this, it's like an uncomfortable feeling, you know, or maybe you have kind of closed off because of everything that's been going on, and less motivated or inspired by life in general because of everything that's been going on. So this is like kind of the starting point card, and everything will build off of there. What is the challenge? The challenge is you got the Six of Swords, and it is actually reversed. I'll show it to you upright. So Six of Swords has to do with moving from the choppy waters to the calmer waters, where things clear up, where things get resolved, where things feel so much better. When this card is reversed, though, this is about feeling like stalemate, right? Like we're not going anywhere. We're not moving. There's resistance, and it's almost like you don't want to, there's something you don't want to let go of, or maybe not ready to let go of, or feel blocked in like from moving away from. So something is kind of making you feel stuck right now. That's the challenge, is that there's something that's like kind of pinning you down. And so let's try to figure out what that actually is going on. So 3 cards came out, and they fell on the ground in this order exactly. So I'm going to go through them in this order for you. And this is the overall theme for you and what's going on. So the first card is the moon, of course. And the moon is about intuition, mystery, secrets. It did come up upright, but it's also about facing your fears. Emotions, right? It's the emotions that guide us through life. The moon also, because it has to do with emotions, gives you the message that things always change. That's the first thing. Things are always changing and flowing, the fluctuating. That's the energy of the moon. Things will never be the same. Because things are always flowing, we learn more by seeing we gain the clarity and the perspective by looking back, instead of trying to understand things in the moment. Like this is no clarity in the moment to me. This is the message that I'm getting. Fear, failure, and rejection. Yeah, that also fits really well right here. So that is one thing that's going on, overall theme. The other one is a card in this deck that is specific to this deck. It's like a new major arcana, which I think is actually really beautiful. And it's called the Blueprint. It is an image of this beautiful tree. And inside the tree, there is actually like a doorway. It's like a portal. So it's like this giant mother tree. It gives me the energy of like grandmother tree in the movie Pocahontas, or the tree of life in the Avatar movie. It's like solid energy. It did come out upright. So this card has to do with the creation of something new, never before seen. So what this tells me is that, yes, there's a lot of fears going on right now because of everything that's going on, because of feeling stuck, because of feeling uninspired. You're going through a lot and it's affecting, you know, your feelings, your emotions. There's a lot of fear there. However, what's going on underneath the surface is it's like a new story. A new story is beginning, and like you're creating the blueprint for something new in your life. And so you have to allow the new thing to step into your life. The last card that we get for the overall theme is the Knight of Pearls, but it did come out reversed. And in this image, it's a picture of a black horse, and he's in the, well, there is a woman riding the black horse, and it's in the water. So again, water imagery, a lot of water imagery. And I also see this tree at the bottom of the tree is also a river. So definitely a lot of water, a lot of emotions to sip through, to move through, to process. You got to keep processing. You can't get stuck, right? You can't get stuck in processing, because that will make things worse, essentially. So what is the Knight of Pearls reversed? It's stubborn energy. It's stagnant, and then it's again stoic. So I think that there's a little bit of resistance, or maybe a lot of resistance, to whatever the universe is calling you towards because of your fear. Like the fear, the emotions, the water, it's all this water. It's like really getting in the way. There's something beautiful that wants to come through, but I'm feeling a lot of like resistance. And because of that, obviously everything feels like it's on hold. That's the overall theme. Wisdom from the ancestors, the Wheel of Fortune, fate and destiny, new cycle, new opportunities. So again, the message comes through, and this is Hathor. And Hathor is actually a one of the most powerful goddesses, ancient Egypt, ancient Atlantis. She is the mother, the cosmic mother, the great mother, the cow goddess that also resembles the Milky Way and holds the universe, you know, together. And if we trust in her sacred divine feminine energy, this is about nurturing. And like Hathor was goddess Isis's teacher, you know, so that's how like, you know, big and powerful she is. And she does have in this card, there's a crystal ball, and there's like a face in there, and the face in there looks a little bit like freaked out. And I'm sensing that that's you. It's like there's a presence that is wanting to guide you. And at the same time, there's that fear. But you see the difference between the face in the crystal ball and the face of Hathor. Hathor is like pure peace. Pure peace, right? So I step into big changes regardless of fear. Yes. And the Wheel of Fortune card in general is the story is changing, right? The wheel is turning. And so in order for you to fully, like your spirit guides, angels, teachers are telling you like, hey, you need to let this karmic cycle end, right? You need to let this complete itself, because a new cycle is trying to come through, or the full healing of whatever has been going on for you is here. It's present, and it wants you to continue. The wheel is turning. So let that tower fall, right? And the animal that is guiding you through this journey is the gazelle. And I'll show you the image in a moment. But the gazelle is actually it's a gentle energy. So here's the picture of the gazelle. It's about heightened awareness and ability and vulnerability. Wow, right? So fitting. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hypervigilant. And this can actually inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. There you go. Yep, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope that you really enjoyed that. I felt that reading was really easy to do. Like, you know how sometimes it's hard to read? That wasn't at all. It felt like it was flowing. It was strong. It was like, on freaking point. So thank you for getting on the list tonight, Tonya. I really appreciate it. And I believe we have someone else that has gotten on the list. It's Jeanette. Did you get on the list again? Let me write your name down. And let us know what your question is. And after Jeanette, there's not another person. So if you want to get on the list before I finish this reading with Jeanette, so that we can get to it. You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. I got an adjustment today and my body's like, you need to sit up. You need to not bend forward. You need to sit up. But it feels good. While we wait for Jeanette's question, I do want to remind everybody to make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you're watching live or the replay. The likes on the videos are actually a big deal, especially for growing the channel. And the more that you interact with the videos in this way and you tell YouTube that it's good content, the more that the channel will grow and we'll get more people to come and be a part of this beautiful community. So make sure to give it a like and then subscribe also, especially if you're enjoying the content, and hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. And join us in the global community. Okay, Jenny would like a card reading. She is struggling with an alcoholic husband and a demanding nanny job. Tough to set boundaries. Okay. All right, what does Jenny need to know about this situation? Do you know what your, I would definitely look up your human design. You need to know how other people affect you and how you affect others as well. What is the wisdom from the ancestors? All right, and animal spirit. Okay. First of all of your cards, well, except the animal spirit cards, because they don't do the reverse. They all came out reversed, which means, yes, I agree with you. There's confirmation here. Things are a little bit challenging right now. Almost things feel like they're going backwards instead of forwards. Progress is not really being made. There could be also the energy of feeling stuck as well. So, but let's go one card at a time to see what the inside is. Okay. First card we get is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is kind of like a priest. It represents a lot of kind of like religious stuff, religious traditions, group thinking. Can also be like a wise teacher or, kind of a sage. This card, because all of them came out reversed, what this is telling you, this is what the Hierophant reversed is about. Renouncing traditional beliefs, revolution, and insurrection. That literally, it tells me everything that we need to know. This is the intuition card. This is the point that we are like bouncing off of for you for this reading. What is going on right now is that so the reason you're in this relationship is because somewhere through your childhood, you learned, everything I just talked about with Chiron and Taurus, you learned that you are not good enough to be treated in a good way. And that is why we allow people to treat us badly. We allow ourselves to stay in relationships that the gut tells you this is not healthy. We love people so much that we believe that they can heal, and we hold on to the relationship or any relationship because we're afraid of facing the real thing inside, that we feel that we're not good enough. And so that's why we're afraid that we'll ever find someone else, because the energy, that's why I said your relationships are mirrors. The energy and the frequency of what's outside of you is a mirror to what's inside. And if you leave this relationship, nothing is going to change, most likely. And I'm talking from experience. You will step right into another relationship that is different person, different energy, but the same shit, different day. And that's because the inner work hasn't been done. So what needs to happen? You need to sit down and ask yourself, what are my belief systems that are underlying everything that I'm doing right now in my life? Because I can promise you, when you sit down, everything that you think and feel and think is right is not your thoughts. They are thoughts that you learned throughout your childhood, you adopted, you were conditioned by your parents, or whatever, parents or whoever took care of you when you were little, or did not take care of you, right? You were conditioned by everything. So you need to sit down and literally separate yourself from everything that is not you. And that starts with the mind and the beliefs. So what is me and what isn't me? The Hierophant reversed, renouncing traditional beliefs, meaning saying F to all the shit that I know is not me, that I think is me, but it's really not. It's about having your revolution, really, truly separating yourself from what is not you. That is the biggest message that I'm getting right now. If you don't do this, nothing will ever change. It is deep-seated and rooted belief systems that are holding you back in life, from healthy relationships, from being able to set healthy boundaries, from feeling good about yourself. 100%. What's the challenge? The 6 of Wands, and it was reversed. So let me show it to you upright. There's a woman. She's in the water. She looks like she's looking up, pondering, feeling her essence. She feels like she's in her essence. This is a positive energy. She feels calm in the water. She feels relaxed. This is one message coming through, is you need to be okay with whatever you are feeling. You have to stop telling yourself that what you're feeling is wrong. That's one thing. You need to be calm in the waters, calm through the emotional waves. that go up and down, because the emotional waves are actually guiding you. And if you're rejecting how you feel, you're rejecting yourself. You're telling yourself that you're not feeling the way you're feeling, but this is the truth of what you're feeling, and you need to be okay with it, and you need to just sit with it. Like literally sit in it and breathe. Reversed, this card is gallivant, egotistical, and self-serving. So what's the challenge? So I'm not getting that you're self-serving and egotistical. The message I'm getting is, who are you serving? Who are you like bowing down to? What's that voice in your head that tells you what's right and wrong? Whose voice is that? Because I can promise you it's probably not yours. Probably your mother's voice, to be completely honest, but you know what that voice is. The overall theme. It is the Age of Aquarius card, which is a new major arcana, so it's part of only this specific tarot deck. It's a really beautiful card, but it did come out reversed. So here is the image. She is standing in the water, but she is strong. This is different. This is about being confident and knowing who you are. There's a beautiful portal as well. The reversal is about introspection and evolution. The only way you are going to evolve in your life is if you literally go within. Look at yourself. Introspection is about self-reflection. That is what is needed, and that's what's going on in order for the evolution to occur. Wisdom from the ancestors. The Empress card, another woman in the water. The Empress is about being grounded and embodying the sacred divine feminine. When this card is reversed, though, this is about codependency, neurotic behavior, and being the enabler. I am not fucking joking. Those are literally the words on this card. They're kind of hard to see. Oh, come on. It doesn't show it. Codependency, neurotic behavior, and being the enabler. This is the message from your spirit guides, angels, and teachers. Like, they're saying, here's the truth. I'm gonna give it to you like on a platter. I'm gonna hand you the truth. That's what this reading is. I'm gonna just tell it like it is and show you that you are actually enabling people to treat you this way. I know this is hard to hear. This is what's coming through though. Okay. Codependent relationships. The reason why you're in codependent relationships, anyone in general, is because you didn't learn to value yourself. I mean, this is like fits exactly into that Chiron and Taurus that I was talking about. You haven't quite learned to value yourself, because if you valued yourself, you wouldn't put up with any of it. True, like abuse, you wouldn't put up with it. Like, no one that is like fully in their confident self and knows their value allows that in their life. That's where the enabler comes in. So you're allowing people to treat you this way. You don't have to, and that's why it's like the raw core, hardcore truth of relationships that are codependent is both people are in it. One person isn't in control of all of the abuse. There is like an equal share of responsibility in what you guys are creating together. I'm speaking from experience. I was in a relationship with an alcoholic, and I always thought everything was his fault. Everything that he said was true, that I was a piece of shit, blah, 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 all this crap was never true. But I didn't feel confident in myself. And so I believed it. And when you believe it, you are actually participating in it. You are literally allowing yourself to be a victim when the truth is You don't have to be a victim to anything. And people that have healed from codependent relationships, abusive relationships will tell you this. It takes a long time to heal from this. And if the other person is not willing to change, also, you are starting on it. You are becoming aware. There's a reason why you're getting this reading. You're becoming aware of it. It's in your face. You can't ignore it, right? The universe is going, I need guidance, right? You're going, I need guidance. And the universe provided the guidance, right? But the truth is going to come when, what happens, what do I do with the guidance after it comes? Do I accept it? Do I reject it? Do I push it away? Do I get angry about it? Do I process it? Do I let it sink in? Heart, mind, body, soul? And allow myself to sit with it? Do I let my emotions fully flow the way that they need to? The way that they are here to show you and give you information about what's happening? It's what happens from here on forward that is the biggest thing, the most important thing. So people who have been in codependent relationships and have healed will tell you that it takes time, it takes courage, and if one person begins to change and transform and grow and evolve, and the other person doesn't want to do the same, is not interested, is not ready for it, no judgment, because every person in this world is having their own experience. You're not responsible for what other people do or say. It's not your job to heal somebody, help somebody. No, when it comes to true healing, you have to focus on yourself. And that's why it's so hard to set boundaries, because if you don't feel like you are valuable enough to, if you don't value yourself, you're not going to be able to set the boundaries. You only will let people abuse you as much as you abuse yourself. So there's a lot of healing here. There's an opportunity to step into the truth, to sit with it, to feel it, to process it, to cry. And then there is, what am I going to do about it? What do I want? What do I truly want? What do I truly know about myself? Is this what I want for the rest of my life? It is a hard spot to be in. Is this what I want for myself for the rest of my life? Is this how I want my life story to go? Do I feel deep inside that something better is out there? And am I just afraid to go find it, to go discover what that is? It's not easy at all. It is one of the most challenging things. You literally have to take a leap into the void without knowing what's going to happen, and be open to the healing that shows up. All right, the card that you got for the animal spirit is the lizard. So what does the lizard want to tell you? Instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and the dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception, as if it has a sixth sense. The lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This is saying that these situations that you're in, I know I focused a lot on the relationship, but I'm sure that the nanny situation is the same issue with a different dynamic. It all starts right here. Am I valuable enough? Right? So what this tells you is that, first of all, these situations that you're in they're too much. It's too much for your nervous system. Your nervous system is like fucked up right now. So overstimulation, you'll never make good decisions when you're overstimulated, overwhelmed, any of that. And these situations are draining you of your magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. Basically, go within, find yourself. And the last card that you got, arguably the most powerful card of the deck. It is the last card of this animal spirit deck. It is the cosmic egg. You ready? Completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. The cosmic egg and the seventh chakra. The subtle essence of the cosmic egg resides at the crown chakra at the top of the head, called Sahasrara. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine upward toward the Sahasrara. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once this final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of 1,000,000 suns. Do you know what sign in astrology the sun actually rules? Leo. Leo is your north node. Leo is your midheaven. Leo is your mission and your life purpose. You have to go into the self, the inner self, and open the final epicenter of consciousness. Activate it. And when you do, you will literally feel and radiate the light of 1,000,000 suns. It's illumination. The illumination is here. The door is open. Are you going to walk through it or not? That's all I got. That was kind of intense. Okay, thank you. Here we go. Hello, Belinda. Welcome in. Yes, I do. You are just in time. I just finished a reading. If you want to get one, please get on the list and we will do your reading. I don't think anybody else got on the list. What I would say, Jenny, is give yourself space, give yourself time to process, give yourself self-care, like take care of yourself. It's okay to take some time off, to breathe and find yourself. And you have to take it one day at a time. One day at a time. And the wisdom comes in little by little. But you have to stay open and you have to stay aware because everything is communicating to you. Everything communicates to you, your feelings, everything. So who is me and who is not me? Is this thought I'm having me, or is it my mother? Is this thought I'm having me, or is it my father? Is this thought I'm having me, or is it something I learned in my childhood? Is this feeling that I feel something that I really truly am feeling, or is it not? Why am I feeling guilty for something that is not my fault? And on and on and on. Awareness will help guide you. Ask yourself that question every time you think something, every time you feel something. Let the clarity start to come. The answer is right there. You know the answer. Okay, Belinda, it is your turn. Let me know what your question is. Tonya says, it's so hard to leave any situation in life when it's what you know, even when all of your spirit team is yelling move. I did it. I went through it. But I'm saying that if both people in a relationship want the healing and want the change, it'll happen. If they don't, it won't. That's it. There's no other, it's so simple. It's not hard. Okay, here we go. Reading is for Naomi. Oh, sweet. Okay, are you guys together? She wants to know, what does the future hold for her? Oh, using her current transits. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at where that Leo energy is for you. All right. Okay, let me do a screen share. All right, we're getting some people on the list. I love it. That was intense. I feel you. I feel you, Jenny. I know it's scary. Breathe. Take some time. It's gonna be okay. All right. Let's go. Naomi. Okay. 6, 3, 6, 5. What was the time of birth? The exact time of birth. I know, Jeanette. That's why I'm just fine. Just let it out. Let it out. You're not alone. You have some beautiful people around you to support you. Okay. Naomi. Let's check it out. All right. What does the future hold for you? Okay, so here we go. We got your natal chart, and we have the transits on top of the natal chart. You have a moon at 0 degree. I mean, we have a lot of, yeah, of course, we're born on this. We have the same birthday. And that's actually fucking crazy because it's so weird. Like, okay, so my sun is at 13 degrees of Gemini, and that's like just 1 degree away from your sun and your north node. I have Venus in on Aldebaran too. You have Jupiter, so our Venus and Jupiter are conjunct. I have Chiron in Gemini, and you have Mercury, so Chiron and Mercury are conjunct for us. Sorry, this is like sidetracking. And I also have a moon at 0 degrees of Leo. So our moons are also, and that's a coincidence. That is like the moon could have been in any sign, but 0 degrees, that's crazy. Sorry, sidetrack. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Okay. I like it. So, all right. Here's the best way to tell one of the biggest sort of themes that you're going to be dealing with. And this starts in July and it goes for 18 months. So you want to know like what the future holds. Like, this is a big deal. It is the nodes. So the nodes right now are currently in Taurus and Scorpio. And obviously the nodes are always, opposing each other. North node's destiny, but it also takes us outside of our comfort zone. South node is karma, past lives, healing that karma. The south node, wherever the south node is in our chart, tells us what we need to be letting go of. Like, stop focusing so much on that. Release, heal, and move on. And the north node is telling us what to focus on, where to bring our attention to, what to activate, in our lives. And so what's going to happen is that the north node is going to move into Aries and the south node is going to move into Libra. And what this is going to activate for you for the 18 months starting in July is your first house and seventh house. What is the first house? The first house is the house of the self. It's about knowing who you are, stepping into your identity, being yourself, expressing yourself. Aries is also about being independent and doing things yourself because you know who you are and you know yourself. And that's very important. So this is a big theme that may feel outside of the comfort zone for you, to learn to be more independent, to learn to like initiate things, to learn to step into more action. I mean, this is about Mars and Aries are, they are the same energy, and it's about taking action, being motivated and driven to be yourself is the next 18 months. And what you need to move away from and release are karmic relationships, or not karmic relationships, but because a karmic relationship isn't necessarily a bad thing. Karmic relationships can actually sometimes be really beautiful. Like, for example, like in a past life, maybe you had like a horrible relationship with someone and there was a lot of shadow. And then in this life, you're like, well, actually in this life, we're choosing to do the opposite and like having a really beautiful experience. So it's not about releasing karmic relationships. It's about letting go of relationships that no longer serve you. And you know what those are, right? Like, we all intuitively, through our gut, know exactly what those are. This is also about letting go of feeling the need. It's that codependent energy. It's about letting go of feeling the need to, how should I say it? To always rely on other people to like get things done or do things in general. It's also about trusting that the balance will naturally come, and that sometimes you do need to step into like action in your life in order to bring about the balance and the harmony that you're actually wanting. So relationships that no longer serve you is a big theme. You're going to be letting go. The work is there. I mean, I don't know that you're actually going to be doing it, but the call is there. And it's a big deal because for you, these are both Libra and Aries are intercepted in your chart, meaning they're fully held within that house. And so it can also be a theme that you are unaware of. These are also things that you could possibly be unaware of because they're kind of like hidden from sight. It's subconscious. So it's deep subconscious work that you will be doing with the nodal axis of Aries and Libra for the next 18 months. That's a big deal. The other big thing that is happening is we're having a powerful Venus transit. So where is, and she's in Leo. So where is Leo in your chart? It's partly in the 5th house, partly in the 6th house. The 5th house is the house of creativity. The 6th house is the house of being present in the moment, fully aware, fully here now. And it's also the house of taking care of yourself. It's about health. It's about also routines, schedules, healthy schedules and healthy routines. And so what is Venus going to be doing? And you also, so you have the moon. Let's start there. You have the moon in Leo. And so the first thing that's going to happen is Venus already hit your moon. And this happened like a few days ago, about a week or so ago, or a little bit more. And you felt sort of this activation. The moon is where like everything fluctuates and everything is always changing. And so creatively, that's the biggest part of you, your passion and your creativity. They're always changing. Like you're always wanting to do different things and it's not always the same. It's always changing. And that's normal because the moon in your chart says this is the place where things change a lot and all the time. And there's no consistency here. But that's actually kind of cool in the 5th house of creativity because you want to be able to be open for new inspiration and new ideas and new projects, create through your creative energy. And that's good. Change is good in that space. So this is going to affect also your emotions. And the moon also represents the mother, and relationships with the mother are also a big theme that kind of shows up during any Leo transits for you, as well as for me, because I also have that Leo moon. So what's this going to affect for you? Venus is going to go retrograde. She's going to travel through Leo, and then she's going to go retrograde, and she's going to make a conjunction with the sun in Leo on August, I believe it's August 13th. That's a big astrological day. And that conjunction is Venus retrograde and doing her morning star conjunction, or they call it the inferior conjunction. She's hidden. So right now, all of us collectively are going through this journey into the underworld with Venus. And what we are going to learn about ourselves is face the shadows, face the fears, and hopefully transmute the shadows into our gifts. And by the end of the journey, be renewed. It's a rebirth, really. You go through the underworld and then you're reborn. So it's a huge thing. When the Venus conjuncts the sun, it's a huge thing. So this is for you a rebirth through your creativity and through your ability to be like fully present in your life, for your life. So I actually think it's going to be really powerful, and you're going to feel it it's going to be a big deal because of the houses that it's in. It's about being present. So this transit will call you to be more present, will call you to pay attention to everything around you, will call you to shine your light bright, to let your creativity out, to express yourself, to express your heart and what, your true heart and what you truly desire and what you truly want for yourself. So even though it is a journey through the underworld, I feel like for all of us, if we move through that energy in a healthy way, we will come out on the other side and really truly feel reborn, because that's the whole point. It's a rebirth. So those aspects of yourself are going to be going through a rebirth. And I would say that that's for the next few months. And then the other transit I was talking about with the nodes is also a big transit, and that's for the next 18 months. So that's actually where I would focus your energy. And you're also going through the crescent phase of your progressed chart, and your progressed sun is also in Leo. That's actually a big deal. So Venus will hit the progressed sun as well, meaning more focus in that energy of the fifth house of creativity. But you are growing. This is a moment of growth for you. So keep growing, keep evolving, keep moving forward, and keep focusing on, the intentions that you made, like, I don't know, 2.5, like about 3 years ago, because those intentions are growing, and you're actively working towards that growth. So there you go. Thank you for getting a reading this evening. I appreciate it. Okay, so next we have Angela. And then after Angela, we have Maria. And then I think we'll be done after that. Awesome. Love it. Nice to connect with you guys in this way. Thanks for coming to the broadcast. Okay, so we are now ready for Angela's question. While we wait for Angela's question, I do want to say thank you again, everyone, for being here. I really appreciate you. That's amazing, Belinda. Wow. So cool. You got to go on that trip. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, because I'm working on I want to put more focus and attention on growing the channel. And that's the way that it does, is if people interact with the video by giving it a thumbs up and putting a comment and stuff like that. So I'm actively asking for people to do that, so that the activity of the channel starts to kind of come alive again. Because I was sharing a while ago that basically there has been like 0 new subscribers in over a year. And that's really weird. I'm sure it's the algorithm and all that stuff, but seriously, yeah, that's not cool. So, but we can try to change that together by focusing on actually interacting with the videos in the best way that we can. Okay, so waiting for Angela's question. By any chance, Maria, is your question ready, just in case Angela needs more time, or she might be watching the video on a delay, because that sometimes happens. In fact, I'm going to go actually to use the restroom real quick. I will be right back. All right. Here we go. Let's see what the question is. I figured all the things that I couldn't see the last time we talked. There was a whole method to the madness on an individual to national level. Sending dates on IG. Curious if any of the dates have planned for major decisions are problematic. How many dates are there? Well, that's kind of a lot of dates to look at for a mini reading. I would say this is more of I can glance through it. I can definitely glance through it, but this is something that would probably take me more time to really observe and look at all the transits. So, we'll glance through them and see what shows up. And let me do this share. Okay. And we're going to enter. Yeah, it's all good. I will do my best. So, the other information. So I'm assuming you want astrology reading, right? Oh, that's fine. Or did you want a card reading? I would say this is more of an astrology question. But yeah, we'll figure it out. So if it is astrology, what I'm going to need is your birth info. I can definitely glance at it through the astrology and the transits and see what's actually, happening in your own personal chart. And on those actual dates, and kind of maybe give you just talk about the planets or any kind of major things that I see going on those days. Yeah, I could tell you have a lot going on. Yeah, but this is a cool question. At the same time, it would be best, done if I actually had time to literally go into detail into the chart of all of these different energies. But let's look at your natal chart. All right. 5, 29, 74. And then the time that you were born as well. Yeah, I'll focus on the important stuff. I'll go through those dates and I'll focus on the important stuff. But yeah, we can definitely do a shorter version of what I would normally do. And it'll still be helpful. No, human design is I would use human design in a different way personally. The astrology for this is what I would use. No, it's not going to take forever. Cuz I'll do the glance over and I'll tell you big themes. That's what I can do. I just need the time of birth. Dude, where is this house? I mean, don't give like exact location or anything, but state feels nice. When I look at this picture, it feels really nice. Like, ah, yes. And all the room for your dogs and stuff. I get a good feeling. Okay, here we go. Okay, first thing I want to look at real quick is this. I don't know if we've talked about this or not. Ooh, that's interesting. It's July 3rd, one of the dates. Let me take a look at it. Okay, so there's one big date here that I notice, and it is July 3rd. Oh, wow. See, actually, this is a really cool question. So on July 3rd, what is happening is your progressed moon is entering into the sign of Cancer, which is all about home and family. So I would say that date, considering the question you're asking, is actually a really fucking cool coincidence. Like the moon, the emotions, like entering into the realm of home and family, conjuncting your Mercury in Cancer, is actually that's a good sign, a good energy. Good sign, good energy. So whatever house you're looking for, closing on it is actually, that's a good day to do it, because that begins the journey of you that begins the journey of you, moon. So for 2.5 years of moon in Cancer, which is focusing on home and family. And where is your sun? Ooh, so this is interesting because your progressed sun is actually in the sign of Cancer. And so what's going on right now in your life? You're going through the balsamic phase of the progressed moon, and it always lasts like 2.5 years, right? So you're entering, like, you're right there. And what happens through the balsamic phase for these 2.5 years of our progressed balsamic moon is that you begin to let go of a lot, because you're making space. So you start to set intentions for new relationships, new everything. And so this is like a pretty powerful beginning, and you will eventually have a new moon in Cancer. And that new moon is going to happen. These transits are long again, but let's take a look. So right around April 3rd of 2025. So see how it takes a while. But what's happening is that you're building up to this new moon. And what is this new moon in the progress chart? It is all about a new 28.5-year cycle. So you're finishing right now, these next few years, you're finishing a 28.5-year cycle. So if you go back and like ask yourself from 2025, 28.5 years before, what was I doing? What was that journey? What were those 28.5 years about? Because that's ending, and a new cycle is beginning that has to do with home and family. So that's kind of crazy. That's the first thing that I mean, that's a lot of really powerful confirmation. So what I want to do is now look at the transits. Okay. There are a couple of important things that are happening in the next few days. So I think it's important. Yeah, new job, new house, location. I've never lived in, travel to a new continent. Oh, a new continent. Damn. Okay. Really? dude. Sounds exciting and wild. Okay, so regarding transits. So let's check tomorrow, June 15th. Okay, let's look at career house. I mean, there's honestly a lot going on in career, right? And changes, right? There's a lot of changes through career right now because, you know, you have Uranus in your 10th house. You got the North Node right there. You got Jupiter. So the focus is on job and career, and it is an intercepted energy. So it's something that could be coming up from the subconscious, like you're not really aware of, but then it's like kind of in your face all of a sudden. So I would say with the North Node there, with Jupiter there, and with Uranus there, there's a lot of career changes in general happening right now for this next year. It's happening, right? Because Jupiter is in Taurus for a whole year. And you have been focusing on career and life path for a while, and for the last 18 months or so. And Uranus has been bringing that energy of like change, revolution, like something different, like surprise, like we're going to do something totally different. So I feel like that energy is really powerful right now for you. So it also doesn't surprise me that you're getting, you know, that you're thinking about changing careers, changing jobs, all of that stuff. Let's look at the 16th. What I actually want to focus on is the 18th, because the 18th is it's the full moon, 17th into the 18th. So this weekend is a full moon. So here's the other thing that's going on, right? Right now, we are entering the balsamic phase as well of the moon, the current transit. And the new moon is Saturday night into Sunday morning on the East Coast, which means that these next few days are actually more of like internal kind of reflective moment. It's not really a time for taking action. However, once that new moon hits on the 18th, that's when the new intention needs to be set. And it is a new moon in Gemini that is happening in your 11th house of, it's about sharing your gifts with the world. It's about changing your worldview or your worldview in general. So honestly, what I would do is I definitely get a yes for July 3rd. But for these next few days, you can like accept this like new job offer. But I would like energetically wait to set the full intention on the new moon. Like do some kind of ritual or ceremony in relating to this new, you know, job, career path that you're taking to like really set the intention in. I don't know if you can wait to accept, you know, a new job until the 18th, but that's the energy. Just, I was thinking of going to the hot springs and the bat cave and being inward this weekend. Yeah. But it's now, these next few days are the inward part, and the weekend is actually the new moon. But yes, it's a great time to do something like that as well. And as it transitions, the intention for the new thing is like, that's when you set it. So as long as you're consciously aware that this is a moment of shifting, we're like changing and starting a new, like beginning something new. Yeah. So there you go. Like the intention is the 18th is a better day for like starting something. And again, it's in your 11th house. The other thing that I do notice here is that it is South Node, and the South Node is obviously like past life, karma, healing karma. So I also feel like the beginning of this journey for you is a like resolution of karma. And obviously we never really know how that's going to unfold. It could be like a beautiful like journey, or it could be a very challenging and difficult one. Either way, we learn and evolve, right? But also have that in mind that this new moon is not conjunct your South Node, but in the same sign as your South Node. So it is about letting go of anything that no longer serves you. So like the old you, letting that go, and then fully stepping into a whole new you that is here to share, like, fully your gifts, or maybe new gifts that are coming online for you, right? The gifts to share with this new career, life path are coming online, and it's about setting that intention of letting go of the past, letting go of old friendships, old acquaintances, old connections, old groups, and like starting a whole new thing. That's a big theme that's going on right now for you. And basically those are like the main things. I mean, obviously, like, I think you're on the right track. I think that you like intuitively, feel this happening. The other place to look at is like that first house energy, you fully stepping into your sense of self, and going through that Venus journey in the next few months, up until, August 13th is the exact date of the conjunction with Venus and the sun. And so it's a journey of going into the underworld and shedding, the skin, transmuting shadows into gifts, and going through that. It doesn't have to be a tower moment. It's just a shedding of the skin and a rebirth that's happening for you. And that's happening in your first house of the self. It'll cover also a little bit of your 12th house of spirituality and divine connection, or your connection to your angels, teachers, spirit guides, your spirituality, your spiritual path. Like there's a little bit of that. There's a big theme for you. You're stepping into a whole new you, and it's going to feel really awesome. So after the Venus transit in like a few months, you're going to feel like a whole new person. So overall, if I was going to give it like an overall feeling, this is good. All these changes are happening at the time that they are, like the universe, the astrology is saying like, okay, that you're right on time. There we go. Let me finish reading all the comments. That's when I was thinking of doing a ceremony. Yes, there you go. That's good. That's good. I'll just be careful about waiting for the new moon. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would recommend. So awesome. Great question. But that's good because there is actually a lot going on right now in the astrology. So, but it's all kind of fits, Okay. Oh my God, are you serious? Oh, I'm going to have to come visit you then. That's amazing. Okay, so let's go to Maria, and this is our last reading of the evening. And again, thank you everyone for being here tonight and supporting by getting a mini reading. I did a Tara retreat at the Zen Center. I could meditate there August 13th. Yes, that's a great, yeah. It's going to be, it's like the conjunction with Venus when it's retrograde. She's in between the earth and the sun, and we can't see her in the sky. So she's like fully in the underworld during that time. And we're with her, we're like, we're about to be reborn, all of us collectively, as like the morning star. Okay, here we go. Yeah, retreat. Oh my God, we could run a retreat together. Dude. Dude, I have one of the intuitive like things that I have been getting recently is like I want to run more retreats, and literally, like, I'm not kidding, within the last like week or so, what showed up in my life is an opportunity to have a retreat in Hawaii on the Big Island, a moon goddess retreat. And then now this, I'm like, wow, yeah, we could totally host a moon goddess retreat or retreat of whatever kind. And oh my God, have a blast. All right, you're welcome. Here we go. Maria's question. I feel that I have finally integrated with the Sedona experiences. Nice. Had been very fuzzy or not grounded. Sedona will do that to you. Today, mentally sharp and rejuvenated. How best to work with my astrology and new moon energy. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at that. So obviously, Gemini energy is a lot to do with communication and speaking our truth. Yes, we can use my house. Both have heated concrete floors, and I'll set up for teaching. Yeah, I know. I know. Like, it would be like so nice. It would be amazing. Okay, 10:30, and we got. We should totally like talk more about it. Of course, after everything is settled. But yeah, totally. That would be super fun. All right, here we go. Let me make sure I have the right info for you. And current transits. And where this full moon is going to be happening on the 18th. Okay, this is good. It's funny because you have very similar energy in Gemini as Angela, as the chart I just looked at, because you also have Gemini in the 11th house, but you have the North Node instead of the South Node. She has the South Node, you have the North Node. So this is actually pretty cool, because what this says is that this moon is activating for you your destiny. It is a call towards destiny and life path. Yeah, exactly. And life path. And so this is about speaking your truth and setting an intention, because the new moon is an intention setting time, to step more into your destiny and life path. And what is that for you? It's, North Node in Gemini is about speaking your truth, sharing your story, sharing your voice, communicating. This is also a powerful Orion Stargate for you. And so it's the knowledge. It's everything we learned in the Moon Goddess training. Literally. Like, it's a big part of, your life path is to do this work, like in the world, to share and to channel the information from the powerful, like Orion, galactic Stargate, which is known to the ancient Atlanteans as the ninth dimension, which is the sort of the void, the universe, that like the center of the universe. And so all information can channel through. And then in the Akashic records is you're able to tap into that, and it's part of your, life path. So Orions are all about information and getting curious and like studying. And that might be a new thing. Maybe you start studying something new, or you revisit a lot of the things that you've already learned, and set an intention to really fully start to share this powerful gift with the world, because that is what the 11th house is all about. It's sharing your gifts with the world. It's new friendships. It's new communities. It's new groups that you form, that you become a part of. And it is a new perspective, a new way of seeing the world. I mean, this is a really powerful opportunity for you to realign yourself and your life towards what you feel is your purpose. And it's in the 11th house ruled by Aquarius. So Aquarius is about like, North Node in Aquarius would be, stepping into the Aquarian age, like here for the transition, here for the shift, here to do something different, right? Hello, Ariel. You have to do something totally different. That's North Node Aquarius energy. It's unique. It's like revolutionary. It will change the world, and it's like individual to you as a person. So all of that is like fully activating with this new moon. So set an intention to like, how do I want to really fully step into my destiny and my life path right now? And like your ritual involves that, like being present with that, like my future, my North Node, my destiny. So actually it's really, really beautiful. I love that. She says, yes, I am seeing my purpose so much more clearly. Yeah, that's it. This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. And if we take a look at that Leo energy as well, you also have it in your first house. So you're going to go through a journey in the next few months of stepping into your true self, like shedding your skin like a snake and stepping into your true self. This is you and Angela have very similar themes when it comes to the full moon and the Venus in Leo transit. So that's what you want. You want to focus on yourself. You want to focus on, showing up as yourself, and you want to focus on your destiny and life path for this new moon. Super powerful. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, wait, my North Node is in Gemini or Aquarius? Your North Node is in Gemini, but it's in the 11th house of Aquarius. So it's kind of like having North Node in Aquarius. That's why I talk about them interchangeably, because you look at the house as well. But your North Node is in Gemini. All right, you guys, I appreciate everyone so much for getting a reading tonight. You really, truly support this channel and this community by doing that. Join us tomorrow. We'll be talking about the astrology of the new moon in Gemini. Join us Friday to talk about the human design of the new moon in Gemini. And then join us on Sunday in the Channel for Grace Global Community on Mighty Networks for the Gemini new moon celebration. So there's a lot of activity going on right now, and it's all very exciting. So yeah, super cool. So Satnam, everyone. I am going to get going, and I hope everyone has a beautiful rest of your week, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Satnam.